I would take this story with not just a grain of salt, but a salt mountain, because the Daily Telegraph is, absolutely die-hard sort of pro-Brexit, and they are going to kind of come after anybody who has a sort of different view, as indeed other papers do. Andrew's paper, for example. Well, it's absolutely true. Andrew, you got a disgraceful piece about Anna Soubry.
It was very constructive.
And it was not constructive at all, but I think
there is
true,
yes, after it was Anna Soubry, well, I mean, she was a Remain voting Tory backbencher. She appeared on Good Morning Britain to say that the Prime Minister needs to get a grip of the hard Brexiteers. And you then, double-page spread, gave her both barrels.
What she said was that the Prime Minister should throw out of the party 35 Tory MPs who actually support the manifesto of the Tory party, which is to leave the single market and to leave the customs union. She should be thrown out of the party because she's not sticking to party policy.
We've just talked about the danger of mob rule. Articles like yours encourage the mob. And in terms of listen to this for hypocrisy, right? You said about how she was all me, and madly disloyal. 2 words for you, Boris Johnson. Where's your hatchet piece on him?
He's sticking to party policy.
Oh, come on.
It's in the manifesto. It's in the manifesto. It's in the manifesto. Read the Tory manifesto. You're a Labour. You're Labour. You should stick to supporting your leader, mate.
Aisha, Boris Johnson is mine. I'm not having him take over Boris
Johnson. Is slavishly loyal.
What do you make of this story? Because Aisha's saying it's not just a pinch of salt. There's very little in this. It's just the Telegraph wants to take it down.
Is the money behind this campaign for a second
referendum?
Are
we going to see it? Are we going to see it?
I don't like billionaires like George Soros coming in and being able to spend huge amounts of money. I'd cap how much an individual can put into any cause. But the Brexit side is financed by some real diamond mine owners, mega business people as well. So we're getting it both ways. And the Daily Telegraph is owned by a couple of twins who live in a tax haven who use their paper to put that case. However, there is a big public argument going on.
Aisha, do you think there should be a second referendum once Theresa May comes back from Brussels with her unicorn deal, her bespoke, deep and special partnership?
There is going to be a vote, a significant vote in the House of Commons, and I think that is really important, and that is right. The whole point.
So no second referendum we get to vote?
What I would be nervous about is I think the first referendum was so divisive in society. You've got people, MPs getting death threats, the environment is toxic. Personally, I feel a second referendum might tip this country over into something quite sort of bad. But what I would like to see is a proper, meaningful vote. But look, emotions are very high on this, and with good reason. There has been some leaked reports saying that if you look at various regions around the country, they are going to do pretty badly after Brexit. And before you start saying Operation Fear, it's Operation Fact.
Crystal ball gazing. I don't trust the Treasury. I don't trust the Treasury.
You don't trust Who do you trust? Who do you trust?
Aisha, when you were in power, when the Tories were in power, they can't get 6 months right, let alone 15 years. How can they project what's going to happen in 15 years when we don't know what happens when we leave the EU?
She hasn't negotiated the deal yet.
She hasn't. Yeah, but come on, she's not exactly looking like Mrs. Tough Pants at the moment. I'm not confident that she's going to get a good deal.
So many people keep saying, we talked to Anne Widdecombe yesterday, who said she's pretty resilient. She's holding a sack of fighting cats.
I don't really feel like Anne Widdecombe is the barometer of what makes a sort of a good leader. But what I will just say is,
she just came runner-up in Big Brother. I mean, the people.
That is the barometer of everything. But what I would say is, none of us know how Brexit is going to sort of shake down. But our economy is so precious to us, when all business leaders, when everybody is very nervous. And what I would say to the arch-Brexiteers is hubris before nemesis.
So Aisha just said, let's just say this, none of us know what Brexit's going to... And then you've just taken hook, line and sinker. The Treasury saying, we know what's going to happen in 15 years. You can't have it both ways, Aisha. Yes, you can. You want it both ways, you lot. You lot don't want it both ways. And your party is split down the middle. Split down the middle of the Labour Party.
Do me a favour, Pottle.
I'll be the voice of reason on this. One of the reasons you see in that in the Telegraph is it's a diversion from that report, which was given to MPs, which shows over the next 15 years, the northeast of England economy would lose 16% growth. That is a huge amount.
Except what did they
huge amount out, which is why they'd be punished. Sadly, people didn't vote to be poorer or lose their jobs, but that would be the impact in the northeast of England.
Is, you know, if you say that regions like that were actually great beneficiaries of EU money, that message wasn't getting through to those people because they're fed up and they think that the EU's to blame, and they, you know, they want to stand on their own.
Yeah, well, they've been told time after time whatever is wrong. And like, I'm from the northeast of England. I go back regularly. My family is there. People are getting, you know, wages are low. A lot of the jobs are pretty poor. There is a big problem on public services, but they've hit out at the wrong people. That's the problem. And I would say trust the people, which is why I would back a referendum, the first referendum on the terms. You know what the real choice is when we get to the end, whatever May negotiates, look, this is the choice, because at the last referendum in 2016, you were promised the moon if you left, and everything was going to go wrong if you stayed.